Welcome back to World of Warships with your host X-Brad TC. Today we are on the fault line map in the Tier 6 Japanese destroyer, the Mutsuki. I've had the Muts for months, but I never drive it. I don't like it. It's not nearly as fun to drive as the Tier 5 destroyer, the Minakaze. But I'm trying to grind past it because I want to get up to the Hatsuharu, the Tier 7 Japanese destroyer. And of course, if you've been paying attention, you probably saw there are going to be some interesting changes to the Japanese destroyer line. Looks like they're going to branch it and demote the Mutsuki down to Tier 5, which, frankly, that's where it needs to be. And they're going to introduce a couple other new destroyers. You can find it at the wargaming.net homepage, or there's a link on the startup screen when you first start the World of Warships client. Okay, we're on the fault line map, tucked into this little hidey spot that I have found that I like to cap C in. And just going to sit here and wait and see what happens. Back up just a little bit, give myself a little bit of room to maneuver if I have to. Take a look, see what detections I can make. Somebody else spotted that ship, not me. What I don't want to have happen is for an enemy destroyer to come charging in here and lighting me up with torpedoes. So I am bow on towards any possible enemy. I want to get the cap, and then I want to get out of here. Okay, looks like the enemy's making a major push for C, and I am just about at detection range, and the range is closing. I'm going to get my torpedoes out. Those of you who don't drive the Mutts has very long range torpedoes, 10-kilometer torpedo range, but they're slow at 59 knots. Alright, he came within detection range, so I went ahead and popped my smoke. I don't want to be lit up like a Christmas tree while I'm at low speed. And so now everybody knows there's a destroyer in here. So he starts to maneuver. I line up another shot, get those out. I'm not going to get anything with those. Alright, the Nuremberg is very dangerous. I don't want to get hit by that. I believe there's an enemy Alba down there as well. So I am thinking, well, I don't want to be sitting in the smoke forever and have his torpedoes just simply, pop up on me while I'm hiding in the smoke. That's almost a disaster because the enemy did not launch the torpedoes into the smoke. They launched them over here. Immediately turn and decelerate, but this is going to be close. Whew. Almost 8-1. One set of tubes reloaded, launched them, and I was going to go and try and leave back to the south, but I decided, you know what, nobody's close to detecting me right now. I'm just going to keep working my way very slowly down the channel. I'm not in a hurry. Yep. See, more torpedoes coming, but they're not coming towards me. Oh, and we got lucky. The Nuremberg actually wandered into one of the torpedoes that I had launched at somebody else, actually. So now the situation has changed a little bit. I'm starting to stalk these battleships. Take a look, see if anybody's covering me. I don't want to be alone. Do I have a shot at anybody? Not really. Just going to hang out, take my time, and now that the enemy knows there's a destroyer in here, they're not quite as willing to stick their necks in. What they'll do is they'll pop out, trade long-range gunfire with the ships behind me, and then scoot to one side or the other. Go ahead and launch on the Scharnhorst. He's turning; those are going to miss. But still, since I'm here, what I'm effectively doing is denying this entire swath of the map to the enemy team. And my friendly battleships, I've got 2 battleships coming in behind me. Since they know there's no destroyers in the channel, they feel a little bit more comfortable closing the range, trying to get shots off into the enemy battleships down here. I'm trying to close the range, but I also want to make sure I don't get detected. Take a look. Nope, nothing I can do about him. He's going to die before I can even get in a position to shoot him. That one on the far side there. So back to stalking these 2 battleships down here. The enemy Scharnhorst has kind of decided he's going away. He doesn't like it down here. The thing about, like I said, and I've launched one set at the New York, and I went ahead and launched the other salvo of torpedoes at the Fuso. And start closing the range again. The problem with the Mutsuki is you're tempted to stay out here at very long range and just launch torpedoes. Well, battleship drivers are starting to get smart enough to where they do actually turn once in a while, and it is no longer easy to snipe with torpedoes at really long ranges. People just make a small movement, they change their speed. That's what the Fuso did. He slowed down, and my torpedoes went right in front of him. And there's not much you can do about that. I mean, you could launch on a wide spread, but then you're only going to get one hit at most. Well, whatever. Let's go ahead and launch again. You never know. It might get lucky. The New York has gone behind this island. Battleships are snug up close behind me. Take another look at the Fuso. The Fuso's turning away. Yeah, he doesn't want to play with this, so. Alright, there's no cruisers around. The Fuso is widely separated from the New York that's still behind the island. So I make a decision. If there's no cruisers to support a battleship, it's very, very tempting to do what I'm going to do here. Bow on. He's just fired his main battery, so I've got 30 seconds before he's going to be reloaded. I got about 10 seconds before my second set of tubes is loaded, but I've got 2 sets of torpedo tubes loaded. I'm detected. I'm going to be coming into a secondary battery range very shortly. Use my engine boost. I want to get it close as I can to him, as quickly as I can. And I am still being supported by the 2 battleships behind me. So the New York's in a bad spot. He's got to choose who to engage. He has nowhere to maneuver. He's right on the edge of the map. He's trying to turn away from me. He's trying to turn, so he's also not exposing his broadside to the battleship supporting me. But dude, took a good hit. Took an over-penetration from the main battery round, I do believe. Alright. Wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. One spread out. But if he's going to try and turn and avoid those, I want to be even closer for the next spread. But no, he sees the inevitable coming. He's turning, but there's not much he can do about it. Goodbye. I actually had a wee bit of a keyboard problem here. I'm very shaky today. And I was trying to type out a message, and in doing so, I I screwed up and wasted a little bit of time doing a circle. I didn't realize I had my rudder jammed over hard. In the meantime, we're well ahead on points right now, and we're doing pretty well sinking ships. The problem is, we've lost A and B caps, so the enemy is actually gaining points faster than we are. The only reason we're still ahead is we've sunk one more ship than them, but they are going to keep gaining points faster than we are. So, who to attack next? Well, the Fuso was over here and the Scharnhorst was over here somewhere. Two battleships that came through the channel with me are engaging the Fuso. I think I will go and support that attack. Unfortunately, my speed boost is over. Mutsuki is a fast ship, I'll give him that. 37.5 knots. You cover the map pretty quickly. Torpedo tubes are reloaded. Well, I can't take a shot right here, not without risking hitting a friendly. So, trying to take the shortest possible path to engage the Fuso. Fuso is in a bit of a pickle. The enemy Fuso is. He's got two battleships firing at him. Either way, he's going to expose a pretty good angle to one or the other. I'm trying to take a look. I'm detected, not particularly worried about it. Trying to line up a torpedo shot. Way too big a risk of our friendly Congo actually stumbling into the torps. So, just going to have to hold off. I'm trying to close even closer range. Our friendly Scharnhorst launched torpedoes. Didn't quite get them, but doesn't matter. That's the one gunshot I fired in this entire match. And the enemy battleship dies just before I can even land that shot. Friendly Scharnhorst is in critical trouble. He's going to get smacked around by the enemy Scharnhorst. And that's... yeah, I don't think he's going to last very long. So, let's go kill the Scharnhorst. We're going to launch at long range. You never know. We might get lucky. Alright, 1 minute, 5 seconds before my tubes are reloaded. I'm trying to parallel the Scharnhorst so that I am not detected until I choose to be detected. Unfortunately, there's an island right in front of me, and I don't want to go around it to the right. I want to go around it to the left. Or actually, I want to turn left and head right towards the Scharnhorst. So, time to turn. Still going to be 30 seconds before my tubes are reloaded, and the Scharnhorst quite easily dodged those long-range torps. But you'll notice the Scharnhorst is now pointing right at me, with his guns pointing somewhere else. What that's doing is making us close the range very, very quickly. And just about now it occurred to me that I was running into a bit of a problem. The Scharnhorst has torpedoes, but what I just saw was the torpedoes he launched from his starboard side launchers. That helped me make the decision, hey, you know what? If you attack his starboard side, he doesn't have torpedoes to launch at you. So, point blank range, taking some hits from the secondary battery, don't care, it's not going to be enough, and he's toast. Unfortunately, take a look. The enemy is starting to capture C. They have A and B. And while we are ahead on points, because remember when you sink the enemy, you gain points and they lose points. But we really need to start capping. So I'm going to head into B. The enemy's down to 2 ships. They've got a cruiser and a destroyer. Obviously the destroyer is in C because it's capping. And if you look at the mini-map, the enemy cruiser is way over south of A. So he's no factor. I'm going to just hold this course, get into B as fast as I can, and cap it. Yep. Take a few minutes, check my phone, read some Twitter. Not much going on. Now, if I were the enemy destroyer captain over there who just capped C, I most likely would have tried to sneak back towards B, because you can plainly see that a battleship is heading to B. Well, what you also see is another friendly battleship is heading for the channel with C. That's not a good idea. The enemy destroyer is Minakaze. You don't want to be in confined waters tangling with a Minakaze in a battleship, unsupported by cruisers. He will eat your lunch. And that is actually going to have an impact later on. We are almost going to lose this match because of that. All right, coming up, I was going to type out a warning here. And somebody killed the last last enemy cruiser. Nicely done. I was thinking, yeah, the enemy destroyer captain was probably, if he was smart, he would probably try and come into B and go after the battleship, this Wyoming that's off my port bow. No, he has his own ideas of what he's going to do. So, we're capping B. We're still well ahead on points. As soon as we're done capping B, I know the destroyer's over on the other side of the map, so I'm going to go grab A as soon as we get this, so we can start making points faster than them. And away we go. Now, take a look. Battleship still closing there, slowly advancing on the channel at C. And I'm still a long ways from A. It's going to take a while to get there. And we're running out of time. We've only got 2 minutes 20 seconds left in the battle. And here I go. Don't get killed. Well, that's good advice, because if we lose a ship, we're going to lose the lead. Remember, the enemy's still gaining points faster than we are. And it's going to take a while for me to get over into A. Yeah, I thought he was stalking B, which is what I would have done. But no. Right about then, very shortly, you're going to see, yeah, the Minakaze popped up in C and sniped our battleship. And take a look. We're now virtually tied, and he's gaining points faster than we are. We're going to lose this match if I can't cap A. And we've only got 1 minute left. Come on, come on. Cap, cap, cap. Cap, cap, you fool. And he knows it. The enemy knows this is going to come right down to the wire. Tick tock, 40 seconds. Will I cap in time? It's going to be close. We're behind on points again. We're going to make it 20 seconds. Yes! Whew. All right, finally, we go ahead on points. And with, 14 seconds left in the game, finally managed to assure our victory. So not a bad game. 3 sinkings, 71,000 damage. just about lost it when that battleship managed to get sunk. 457,000 credits, 5,000 XP, 252 free XP, 6 torpedoes, 2 incaps, 3 sinkings, 5 floodings, 2 captured, 1 assisted capture. Came in first on the team with a base of 2,500 XP. Pretty proud of that. Like I said, I fired 1 gun round. It didn't even get a hit because the target blew up before I got there. But we did 33,000 to the Scharnhorst, 19,000 to the New York, and 18,000 to that Nuremberg, which, yeah, he kind of stumbled into that. So, all in all, a pretty good match. I don't like the Mutsuki. I'm not planning on doing much more than just grinding past, but, once in a while, even a blind squirrel finds a nut. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll catch you later.